Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the first part of this Total War Warhammer 3. We're going to play the prologue in this one, and we're going to see how that goes. Yes, I'm excited. Total War Warhammer 3. Could not give enough thank yous to Creative Assembly for once again giving me early access to not only a DLC for their Total War franchise, but a full game early access. Oh, it's so exciting. Let's jump in and start playing the prologue. Prologue. Let's do it. The prologue happens just before the campaign. I've tested it out a wee bit. I have played some other campaigns, and it does feel harder. It feels a lot harder than Total War Warhammer 2. I wouldn't say a lot harder, it feels more... I don't know how to word it. We'll talk about that another time. We'll talk about that when we do a full campaign. But we'll do the prologue, and the prologue's set just before the actual main campaign. And then we maybe will do a Slaanesh campaign, because I think their embargo drops the same day as the prologue. So then I can get the prologue out, and I can get Slaanesh out at the same time. But what I really want to do is play an Ogre Kingdoms campaign, not because I think their playstyle is really not going to suit me, so it's going to be really hard on me, but they were my favourite faction to play in the tabletop. My favourite unit in the game was the Lead Belchers. I don't know why, I just loved them to bits. The Lead Belchers, an ogre with a cannon! There's just, it just exudes raw power and its sort of aura, and I vibe with it, that unit, and that is, yeah. See here, we're going to jump in, but that's for another time. For now, prologue. Let's get playing at this prologue. Your adventure begins here. Urson, the bear god of Kislev, is silent. Without the great bear's benevolence, the motherland freezes and its people suffer. Become the Kislevite prince sent north by the Ice Queen on an ultimate quest. The prologue to the Realm of Chaos campaign is a new Total War experience, perfect for brand new players and those requiring a refreshing course on the mechanics of the game. Engage in a narrative experience that leads you into the story and the Realm of Chaos. The Realm of Chaos campaign. Fight tense, crafted battles against Warhammer's fantastical enemies. Learn the basics and advanced techniques of generalship in the turmoil of battle. Travel across the Chaos Wastes, discovering how to conquer and manage settlements. Engage in diplomacy with enemies and allies. So it's basically a tutorial campaign, a prologue campaign. It reminds me a lot of, if you ever played Rome Total War 2. It released, I don't know if it still does, but it had a little prologue campaign. It's a lot like that, but even more narrative driven, even more story sort of based, and it is really like a new Total War experience, and I'm quite interested to see where it goes, because I've only done the first few parts of it. Well, not the first parts of it, of the first couple of missions in it kind of thing. So yeah, let's start the prologue. Oh yes, note to everyone here at this point, whilst we're loading, this is early access. We touched on that earlier, so when we're thanking Creative Assembly. This is not the release build. I did skim through a quick bunch of notes of all the stuff that they have said that they're fixing for the release build, but it was mainly just stuff like optimization from what I've seen. I didn't see anything glaring, so everything should be perfect, but just noticed there might be a few wee artifacts, there might be some optimization that needs tweaked. There's going to be stuff like that, because this is the early access build. This is not a finished product. It's a nearly finished product. It's a 99.9% finished product, but it is not a 100% finished product that is getting pushed out the door quite yet. It needs its last little spit shine, its last little polish. So, prologue, the Lost Gods. Ready?
Kislev, our motherland, is dying. The dark winter devours her fairer seasons. It has been custom for our god, Urson, the great bear, to break each winter with his roar. Yet For 7 long years, he has fallen into silence. And so the ice thickens. Our prayers go unanswered. The people suffer. The Queen has sent me to investigate, to lead an expedition in search of Urson. I am to make contact with our northernmost outpost, Dervingard. It was there, on the edge of the Chaos Wastes, our god's voice was last heard.
Let their courage be our courage.
Our journey has been long and perilous. The dead outnumber the living. We are lost. We are alone.
Your orders, Prince Yuri.
Fuel for the fires. Extra rations for the wounded.
Sir, this expedition has failed. We must turn south, head back to Kislev.
But we've come so far. We push north, find Dervingard.
It's madness! We cannot survive wandering the Chaos Wastes like beggars!
Yuri, brother, we must not abandon our duty. The people of Kislev depend on us.
You'll have my decision by dawn. Urson, each day I pray, but you do not answer. This is our darkest night. Can you not see Kislev suffering? Help us. Show me a sign. Answer me! Then Kislev is lost.
Son of Kislev, I answer in my time of need.
Urson,
I wake in darkness, bound in shadow.
guide me. I can save you.
I am weak, so you alone shall hear my voice. I will lead you to Dervingard, your first step to finding me. Follow my voice.
We move north.
Yuri, you have led your kin through the mountain pass. The winds of the Chaos Wastes howl with unmatched fury. Journey north and seek respite.
Ooh, okay, right, here we go. So,
Yuri, what are your orders?
Push north. Find shelter.
right, press this button to display the advice again. Push north, find shelter. New objective. Push north.
We move north.
Boom. This bar shows, yep, this is the tutorial stuff, so anyone, just in case anyone is new to Total War, yep, this is how much movement points you've got left. And the bar starts full yellow, and then slowly depletes. Each of these wee pips, you can see how there's 25% there, 25, 25, 25, and some stances, some you can put yourself into, like March stance, or not March stance, but like Raiden, you need to have 25% of your movement left to enter Raiden stance kind of thing. March stance gives you more movement, not less, but
Yuri of the Ungols.
in turn.
I will find you, Godbear.
We should be cautious. Darkness covers this land.
The influence of chaos. The further north we travel, the stronger it becomes.
Like, missions! Click there to see your missions. And so we have Rustbart. We can make our objectives. Yep. And you can see them over here too. Yep. So we can see journey further north and find shelter would give us 1,000 in our treasury.
I think not.
You move the camera to WSD or doing that or change the height. Yep. All simple stuff. All simple.
Their god shows us the way.
We found supplies in the snow. From Dervingard.
Dervingard? How did they get here?
Someone left in a hurry. Carried what they could.
We thank Urson. They will be needed.
Right, treasury. So we can see here we have supplies, which is our currency for this character. And we're getting 2,500 a turn background. And then our army is costing us 665 a turn. Okay. Enter.
The soldiers are ready. Give the order.
We move north.
Keep on moving north.
Follow me, uncles.
Yuri! Up ahead! Some kind of shelter.
Send word, Garrick. We rest there. Yes?
And that's a destroyed settlement.
Not far.
We shall occupy it.
You have found respite. Together, we can overcome the trials ahead. Our journey has just begun.
1,000 supplies.
The cold bites deep. The shelter is not enough.
Build a camp. Then we can rest.
Right, so if we upgrade this little thing to an
The order
actual...
has been given.
Oh.
But the camp will take time.
Need to end turn and let it build. Construction complete.
The camp protects us. But what of our supplies?
We keep them safe. Build a storehouse. I will find you. Go there.
Construction complete. So now we've got a settlement
The storehouse is ready.
and a storehouse in
The
it.
supplies are safe.
Yep. And so we can see we're making 2,000 a turn. Next turn your treasure will increase by that amount. Yep.
Ready your warriors. Our sons and daughters cry out and flee in terror. The spilling of their blood must be prevented.
We are on the edge of chaos.
Right, so we need to keep on moving. So we're going to take an army and move out the settlement.
Go north.
But we still do have the settlement. It's still going to generate us resources. So that's good.
We searched for our kin fleeing south. We found them traveling the hidden trails to avoid open ground. Some had left Dervingard. They said the stronghold had fallen, that its commander, the boyar Slavin Kearns, had abandoned his post. Yet others fled from a smaller fort they called the Beacon. They spoke of a tribal chief who thirsted for bloodshed. Skolden, the wolf of Dervingard.
Right, so we have a dilemma here. And we can make our focus to save the innocent, or we can make our focus to punish the wolf. And it'll give us different traits. I think we'll try and save the innocent, which has given us the savior trait, which gives free to our leadership skill.
We fight at the Beacon. Save who we can. We are not done yet.
We can't view our stats and all that yet. I'm going to move a little bit further forward, then I'm going to end turn. Character details. So we can see incineries and items. We have a piece of armor. So if we equip that, that will give our character plus 10 armor. And incineries, we've got one that gives the whole army 5 leadership. And orthodoxy pastor. So he'll go around making our army have more leadership. And leadership is the stat that is when leadership means 0. It's basically morale from other Total Wars if you've not done it. Leadership reaches 0, your unit breaks, and they run away, which you don't want.
Where is Dervingard?
Let's keep on traveling north. Oh look, mammoth skull.
I see the beacon. The fort is under attack.
The enemy carry the flag of the wolf. It must be Skolden.
Attack!
Weapons to attack.
Save the settlement!
Battle draws near. Our soldiers are ready. We see the enemy. The wolf leads an army of Northmen. We're eager to fight. Bring us to battle.
I think he outnumbers us just a little tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit.
The beacon is under attack. Kislevites loyal to the motherland are within. Our army is small, but we can sway the battle if we are as wise as Urson. We approach from the south, while Skolden's Northmen assault the barricades. Their backs are to us. We should take advantage.
I want to point out as well here that my game is sort of like half on an SSD. It's on an SSD, but it's not in an optimal like connection kind of thing. It's through a USB, so it won't be the full speed.
The journey has been long, but we are ready. Fellow Ungols, we are of Kislev. Show these cowardly dogs what that means. They hunger for blood. Let them taste cold steel.
The beacon is under attack. See for yourself.
Oop. Wrong button.
So, the wolf reveals himself.
Cannons fire upon the defenders. When the barrage is over, his warriors will attack. Act swiftly. Yuri, the defenders need our help. We must reach them. What's that? There, in the trees. An army. Those are Kislev colors. They're allies. We must advance and combine our strength. Select your own unit in order to rejoin your forces.
So yeah, we've selected them. We have selected them.
Move order towards your troops. The soldiers are assembled and await your arrival.
Come, Ungols!
Come on, back over beside the men.
Your place is amongst the warriors. Your presence grants them courage before the enemy.
Okay.
Proceed into the valley. Select your entire army so any order is given to all.
Advance!
Order your units forward. Our allies have not gone far.
So these are the Sar Guards.
Take this
They're like
time
the...
to practice maneuvering. Remember, orders are issued only to selected units.
Spacebars lets me see where they're going to go. Yeah, I've got 2 units of Sar Guard, which is like the elite melee infantry of this faction, Kislev. Then I've got my character here, my hero. My lord, he's not a hero. Because lord and hero mean different things. I meant hero is in the generic term for hero is in like a noble fighter, like, you know what I mean. Stereotypical hero, like you'd call like Aragorn, and Lord of the Rings a hero. Even though hero has a distinctive term in Warhammer, and he's not, he's above hero, he's a lord. A lord is like a superhero.
Our allies fire down upon Skolden's army. His forces scatter. The allies are threatened from the rear. Up close, their bows are no match for swords and spears. They're under attack. We must hurry to their aid.
Quick!
Hurry up and help those allies! Because they've got 1 unit of armoured Kossars with spears, and 2 unit of basic Kossars with bows. My men are on their way.
At the forefront!
Draw your weapons. Turn the tide of battle.
The melee has
Help
started.
the enemy as best you can. They have their backs to us. A fatal mistake. Fury of the bear.
Okay, that unit to go into there. So one unit will go save the archers, the other will go in and help these armoured Kossars. And our lord will just charge right in too. Get him! Charge! Why are they not properly engaging? Come on, get in there proper. Get in there. There we go. That's more like it. Get in amongst them. Have at thee! Oh, white banner.
Raise the white flag. Their troops flee.
Oh, I've got to press escape to continue. I was like wondering why nothing's happening. I was wondering.
Attack and advance on the beacon. The cannons rain death. They must be destroyed. The allies join our forces. We'll need the reach of their bows.
Yeah, so I've got a unit of spearmen now as well, armoured spearmen, and 2 units of archers.
Advance on those hellish cannons. They must fall silent if we are to save the beacon.
Let's get my melee troops there like so. Archers there like so. Missile units are best employed in this battle to stand back from the action and fire projectiles at the enemies. Missile units will automatically fire enemies within their arc unless instructed to do otherwise. Yeah, Kislev looks like it's going to be quite a fun faction to play. Because you've got... Oh!
The cannons are defended.
A unit of Marauder Spearmen and 2 units of Bloodletters by the looks of things.
Order the infantry to form a line facing the enemy.
Already done.
Have your archers remain behind the line to protect them.
So they got a unit of Marauder Spearmen, Bloodletters of Corn, another unit of Bloodletters of Corn. Oh, 2 cannons facing me, and okay, I should hurry up if they've got cannons facing me. Archers take out the Bloodletters. And if they've got cannons firing at me, should we go? And my archer's going to deal more damage, or the cannon's going to deal more damage? I'm worried about how much damage the Bloodletters will do in close combat too as well, because they're Corn demons. They live for bloodletting in close combat. And they've got those big 2-handed swords, which will... They like, I can't see the stats right now, but I bet you they've got good armor piercing. And so my armored on these guys and these Sargard being heavily armored won't be as big a deal. But they're low on armor by the looks of things, because the archers are tearing them to shreds. And the instability means they're sort of de-summoning now as well. I don't know how to word that.
Press your advantage. Destroy their weapons of war.
Yeah, I'm gonna start pushing forward. Let's push forwards. Yeah, they got a Marauder Hunters, which are gonna start throwing their axes any second now, so...
Keep the enemy in front of you. Do not let yourself become surrounded.
Hopefully this unit's going to be gone pretty soon from my archers. Actually, you know what, spearmen. And I'll try and hold them off of you to... Nope, they're getting in. And they're going to yeah, they're unthinking now anyway. You get straight into that cat. Oh, they're gone too. Right, into them then. Into the cannons! Do not let them fire anymore. Kill the cannons! Whack that cannon! Boom! Kill the cannon! It's like a little demon car as well, isn't it? Oh, that one's gone. Straight into the other ones. Oh, good, they're evaporating.
The motherland's finest.
Right, I took a lot of losses in a couple of these units, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Those cannons were better in close combat and caused quite a few losses into my Starguard. Yeah, they're evaporating. So
The cannons are destroyed, yet Skolden's army still attacks the beacon. They're vulnerable from behind. Strike now, while they're engaged.
We fight for Ursun. Moving onward.
right, you'd be best charging headlong into their lord right there, because they've got a lord. So I've got him, the boyar, and a marauder chieftain there. They've also got a giant. The spearmen will be best to use against the giant, so let's move yous over this way. It's good that yous are already there. Yeah, spearmen, use charge straight into there. Sarguard, we'll go straight into. Actually, I'm going to send yous into the spearmen over here. Archers, attack the great weapons in the back. Yeah, you go help the other lord fight that lord. Okay, we've unlocked an ability for our hero, or well, our lord. I need to stop saying that.
Yuri, you are Prince of Kislev.
Oh.
Let your
I don't think I
kinsmen hear
can
you
pause
roar.
yet.
Fill them with Ursun's courage.
My God.
I got use the ability.
Your war cry inspires your soldiers. See how their spirit is renewed.
Right.
Gossars.
Let's keep attacking them.
Where? Ulmaka. Obey the
Spearman into the giant. Go and kill the giant.
The
There
enemy
we
are dead or scattered. They flee the field. We are the bear's wrath. But Skalden, the wolf, still lives.
The beacon is safe. Many lives have been spared. The survivors look to me for leadership. I will need them, for the wolf still lurks in the shadows.
Right, I'm gonna pause for a second, I'll be right back. And we're back. Right, let's continue. Heroic victory! Apparently the archers were the only people that got kills. I think that's because there was a gamification going on.
Their fate is mine to decide. I pray for Ursun's guidance.
Like, that's very unrealistic for what the game's actually going to be like there for the kills. I think that's because it was tutorials, and obviously you could tell at certain parts, like, especially our allies, and the enemies, when they were just fighting, they weren't really dealing damage to each other. I think these archers were the main things that were doing it. Right, we could take the replenishment, which you can see here. It's grayed out, so it's hard to see, but when you scroll over it, it will show you how much replenishment that will give you. Or you can take the extra supplies. I think we're going to take the replenishment, because I want to be as strong as possible in case we get into another fight any second.
The innocent are spared from the wolf's vicious pack. The beacon is under our control. Sanctuary in the cold, harsh wastes. But this is not Dervingard. Kislev's northern stronghold awaits.
So we unlocked a cartographer, which will give us 5 to our speed stat, 5%.
A great victory, brother. The survivors swear allegiance.
They will aid our search for Urson. Those with the heart to fight, let them join us. Another outpost is close.
So after clicking on Yuri, you can view his army. So we can see here we've got the 2 units of Sar Guard, the 1 Khazar Spearmen, and 2 Khazar Archers. And we can now recruit. We can see we can recruit more Armored Spearmen. Yep. So slots, how much they're going to cost, and then that's upkeep. So it's going to cost me 963 from what I have right now to recruit them, and then 125 of this because it's how much upkeep they're going to cost me every turn. And then this is how many recruitment slots I can have.
Fresh troops, Yuri.
I know. I was just explaining it. 1, 2, 3 units. Recruiting over the next turn. End turn.
The army grows. New soldiers eager to fight.
They will see battle soon enough.
The spirit of man is frail, so easily corrupted. The northern tribes worship the dark gods. The chief of the Garhas, Skolden, hungers for Kislevite blood. While he lives, he will hinder your search and prey on our people. The wolf must be tamed.
Yuri,
Right, so...
should we stay here and let the soldiers rest?
No. We follow Skolden's trail. He must not get away.
Find Skolden. See, our army's up to nearly full health again. Let's keep on moving. We've got 2 settlements now. And this one's got a barracks, which allows the
We've
recruitment of
marched
armored
as far as we
Khazars.
can, Yuri. The soldiers need rest.
We're maxed at 9 out of 9 at the moment. It's normally 20 you're allowed, but for tutorial reasons,
The
it's
wolves
maxed
charge
us.
towards us. Quick, brother. Make ready for attack. Our only option is to fight.
Fight the battle! Fight!
The wolf is cunning. He waited, knowing we would come this way. Now he means to face us in open battle with renewed strength. We deploy on the high ground and make him come to us.
That is what we do. Alright, since this loading screen looks like it's going to take a wee bit longer, I'll pause and I'll see you all when it's done. That was only about 4 seconds.
We must fight this cur. The way we deploy our army is often key to victory. Position them over here. Take heed of the surroundings, brother. The battlefield is a weapon we can use against the foe. The enemy gave battle, so the onus is on them to attack. Use this to our advantage. Our warriors can hide behind hills and amongst the trees. See for yourself how the troops are concealed.
We're that close to those trees, it's not showing the foliage for it. There you go, you can see there, that means they're hidden, the enemy doesn't know where they are. Yep, the green bit's the health for the unit and how many are alive in the unit, and then the chevrons are the rank. Now, I want to point out, yes, these guys are the elite troops kind of thing, but these chevrons are kind of like how battle hardened they are after that, so you can have like a really elite basic peasant unit, and it just basically gives them buffs. The more higher up that goes, the higher their stats will be, kind of thing. But obviously the better quality unit is a bigger deal than the chevrons. Because it goes 1 bronze, 2 bronze, 3 bronze bar, 1 silver, 2 silver, 3 silver, 1 gold, 2 gold, 3 gold. So there's 9 chevron ranks. You see these guys have got 1 bronze.
Keep an eye on the morale of our warriors. And if it crumbles, so will our battle lines.
Yep. And they
Leave
flash
these
a bit.
trees, for they are exposed and the enemy will press us in great numbers. The high ground here will serve well as a defensive position. Arrange our forces at the base of the hill. Claim the slopes for ourselves. It will give us an advantage in the heat of battle.
Yep, so if the defender will win if the time reaches 0. This is the balance of power. So you can scroll over and it tells you how many men are in each army. So there's 529 men in my army, there's 632 in theirs, but mine's are of better quality. So you can see the balance of power is actually slightly in my favour. And then as the battle goes, you'll see it swing 2 and 4 as you and your opponent make moves and they outplay each other, kind of thing.
Our warriors are ready. Give the signal, and the engagement shall begin.
Right, start the battle. I'm going to pause instantly because I want to give orders instantly.
Maneuver and claim the high ground before they do.
I'm going to move our archers to take this hill here to fire down off the hill. Let's move the spearmen to be the front line. Hold these guys in reserve. And we'll put you just there. Then we'll hit play again now that everyone's got orders. I don't do that in the middle of battle because it feels too cheaty for me. Like I could if it's a really hard battle and I really need to win it, I'll pause and slow down time and do stuff more efficiently. But I like to play at normal speed and use this as little as possible. Because I don't want to turn it into like a turn-based strategy. It's a real time. I want to try and play it in real time.
The enemy reveal their mounted troops. They have the speed to run our forces down.
The enemy have cavalry.
Our spears are well suited to engage the enemy riders. Knowing how best to use our forces will bring victory.
Hey, we finally get to see stats. So we can see armored spearmen are stats, armored, anti-large, charge defense against large foes. So yes. We can see their weapon strength, their melee defense, their melee attack, their speed, their leadership, which we can see is getting buffed right now. Base value 65, flank security gives them an extra 5, and then Lord Nearby gives them an extra 3. And we can see they are a unit, tier 2 unit. Right.
Mounted foes charge our position. Spears, engage! Quickly!
So assuming they're not coming around here, I'm going to take one unit of spearmen, bring them there like that, to protect my rear. Then we're going to remove yous there like that. Actually looks like the majority of them are coming this way, but I want to have this unit here too. Because if I was in control, I'd engage on the front here, then have the spearmen, the cavalry come around here. And it looks like those two might be doing that.
Enemy riders approach.
So I'll use my reserve to maybe...
Head on with our spears. Employ our archers to strike at range.
Yeah, I'm going to deploy these guys here just to shore up this bit, because they are fast. Oh, they're trying to squeeze on through. Good job, spearmen. Spearmen caught them. Tutorial's not been too hard. If it was actual game, they would have probably tried to loop around and tried to avoid the spearman unit. And because it's tutorial, they're not avoiding the spearman unit. And that unit's not even charging. I'm used to playing the game on very hard, so this is super newbie. But it's good for learning. Good for learning. I probably should have left him actually braced. I'm bad for that. That's one of my things I'm really bad at. I'm bad at just letting my troops brace. I've got strong instincts to countercharge last second. Right, hold the top of the hill for me. Just brace and hold the top of the hill. And units like spearmen are probably better off bracing than countercharging, especially when they've got charge defense. Which I'm going to try and learn to do it this time because there is a new little thing there. Like, see there's that little shield. That means they're braced. Bracing, bracing, bracing. Means they'll be good against charges from the front. Oh, there he is there himself, the wolf.
Land is power!
Okay.
Muzzleland's finest! Attack!
Go help attack him.
Comrades of the
Archers go after their hunters. Okay.
hearts of ice! Whatever Ursun asks.
See if you can squeeze in around and get a flank on. My elite melee infantry.
Cossacks!
Archers are raining death down upon them. I know I can speed up or pause or slow down the battle. I've been using it already. Yes, the wolf himself is running.
Ursun's fury!
The wolf himself is retreating.
Hearts of ice!
Hunters are one unit of hunters is retreating. See if we can go after the other javelin unit. With my archers. Oh, these spearmen are not doing anything. They can come around for the flank now. So they'll come to here, then charge in because I used the shift click.
Army flees. Victory is ours.
Lovely.
The wolf routs from the battlefield. He takes the remnants of his tattered force and flees north into the wilderness.
Close victory that time. And apparently the archers are the only people that got kills. Their horsemen got kills. You got none.
Those who follow the wolf, I decide their fate. What would Ursun do?
How did I take casualties in my Corsairs? I don't remember taking casualties in them. Again, we've got plenty of supplies. I'm going to take the replenishment. I want my army to be tip-top shape. Hey, we leveled up.
Runs, yelping for his dark gods. He fears your strength and returns to Dervingard.
So we got a new talisman, and we
Two
ranked up.
victories, Yuri. The more we fight, the greater our skill.
Yuri of the Ungols, ready to face the wolf.
So, heroes and lords don't gain chevrons like other units. They gain experience and level up. And they have skill trees. This is the skill tree here the now. I could get Heroic Resilience. Level 7 I'll unlock that ability. Level 8 I'll unlock the ability to have a warhorse if I put a skill into it. And at level 12 I'll unlock the ability to have a bear. I normally ignore the first one completely because if I want a bear at level 12, this point unlocking the horse is going to become worthless. So I normally avoid the earlier ones. In the Total War Warhammer 1, you actually had to get the horse before you could get the bear kind of thing. It was like an arrow like these. It was a tree type thing going on. Yeah. So we could get a leader of renown, lightning strikes, quartermaster, reducing our upkeep, logistician, giving our casualty replenishment higher, or we could go for blade master, giving us 5 more melee attack, which we can see here. See his health, his armor, and all his stats. Now we've got access to them. Or inspiring presence, which would mean our army would gain experience every turn, which they'd gain towards getting their chevrons that we talked about before. I think I'm going to go for Inspiring Presence, because I want to have... Lords are incredibly powerful. So I could go into... give him stuff to make him even more powerful. But you know what's even more powerful than having one really powerful guy? Is having an army of really powerful guys. So I'm going to put his stats into making his army stronger. So if I give him Inspiring Presence... Then we can maybe start getting firing drills, which will give melee defense to his Kossars and armored Kossars and sterility units, and a reload time reduction for his Kossars and armored Kossars and sterility units. And if I get that all the way up to the max free in it, that'll give them 6 extra melee defense for every single man in that unit. So whereas, look, see, that would give him, on his self, 3 extra melee defense, so take him up to 48. This would give 2 to every single man in that unit, and everything, like, so if I have 5 units that this buffs in the army, and each of those has like 40 men, that is a big difference spread over a lot of men where that's just him. So that's why I want to go down these, and I see these as the powerful ones, and as a general consensus among Total War as well. So yes, boom, inspiring presence is what we'll go for. Then we're going to max out fire and drills because I really like my ranged units, Sar guards, and ice guard units. So yeah, it's after requiring 2 skill points. So yeah, I'm going to go straight and max that out. Then we might go for Urson's Mighty Roar, which is buff. Oh, we forgot to use that in the last battle to buff my units nearby him. Greater effect on melee attack. So we'll get that, and then just... Oh wow, that's another. Oh wait, that's when there's ranks chevron rank 7 and above, and horse masters. So I think we're going to max that out, get that. Then we might leave this because it's only going to be for when they're chevron ranked above. Then we may come and do these ones. Right, but also we got a new talisman which we can put into our talisman slot, which will give us a 10% ward save. And what a ward save is basically invincibility. So if you've got 100% in ward save, nothing can scratch you. You're invincible. 10% ward save is you take 10 damage, you only get dealt 9. Because you ignore 10% of all damage if you have a 10% ward save. So that's kind of good. And then it stacks as well. So if you've got like a missile resistance, 50%, and then you've got a 10% ward save, that means if you get hit by a missile, you only take 40% damage because you've got the 50% missile damage reduction and 10% talisman. I think it stacks just like that. It might be 10% of the 50%, but I don't know if it goes that complicated. I don't know. I wouldn't quote me anything, but they do work together to reduce the damage. I don't know if it just is pure 60% or if it'll be 10% or 50% and 90. Who knows?
Something disturbs them.
They howl for Skolden, a wounded animal.
The time has come to march on Dervingard and free our kin. If you do not strike swiftly, the wolf will recover. End his reign of bloodshed.
Ooh, and this mission gives us a new piece of armor, which is better than the one we've got now, because the armor we've got gives them 10 armor at the moment. This one gives them 20 and 20% magic resistance.
Urson guides me. Dervingard is close.
Then give the order. We're ready to march.
North. Always
Let's keep
north.
on going. There he is there. He's still running.
Prince Yuri. Keep moving.
There. I see it.
At last. Dervingard.
End the turn.
We are not done yet.
Attack!
Kill the wolf.
For Dervingard. Finally, we reach these walls.
Do not celebrate yet, Garrick. First, we must deal with the wolf.
Ah, we can see our archers are actually up to silver chevrons. That's kind of good. Sir guards still have none. These guys, well, have one, and these guys have none. But yes, we'll call it a part here. So I'm going to say, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I don't know how many parts we're going to need to do to complete this. But, yeah. Hope you've all enjoyed this. Join me on the next one. I shall see you all there, where we're going to take back Dervingard. And then we'll have our 3rd settlement. I'll see you all there. Bye-bye. Bye.